All right, hello and welcome everyone. Thank you for joining us today. I'm Conan Knoll, Communications Director for Small Business for America's Future, and I'll be moderating this call. First, just an FYI that this event is being recorded and we will make it available afterwards. During our call, you will hear from several speakers and then we will have a Q&A. If you would like to ask our participants a question, please raise your hand via Zoom and we'll call on you after everyone has spoken. If you've called in on the phone, there is no hand raise function. You can either log in with the Zoom link we provided or follow up with me after the event and I'll get an answer for you. Small Business for America's Future North Carolina is a coalition of business owners and leaders working to provide small businesses with a voice at every level of government. And we're committed to ensuring policymakers prioritize Main Street. We're here to discuss the results of a recent survey of 1,015 small business owners in our network about the impact and causes of the high cost of healthcare coverage. And today we're going to focus on what the more than 100 small business owners from North Carolina said about those rising costs and how hospital consolidations are contributing to them. During this event, you'll hear from North Carolina State Treasurer Dale Falwell, Valerie Benton Smith, Regional President for the Greater North Carolina Black Chamber of Commerce, and you'll hear from small business owner Christy Talley, a community engagement consultant and owner of KD7 Inc. in Raleigh. Now I'll turn it over to Small Business for America's Future North Carolina Director Jim Duffett. Jim?
Thank you very much, Conan, and I want to thank all the participants for speaking out and being on this call today. I would first like to start by introducing Dale Falwell, who is the treasurer of North Carolina and a CPA, to speak about the cost of healthcare, hospital consolidation, and what's happening in North Carolina. Treasurer Falwell was sworn in his first term as the state treasurer of North Carolina in January of 2017. He was reelected in 2020 and is currently serving his second term. Secretary Falwell is responsible for safeguarding the medical and prescription benefits of 740,000 teachers, state employees, retirees, and their dependents on the North Carolina State Health Plan for Teachers and State Employees, which is the largest purchaser of healthcare in the state. He has fought to lower healthcare costs, protect patients, and increase hospital price transparency. He's currently supporting legislation to de-weaponize medical debt and strengthen the accountability over community benefits that are supposed to justify not-for-profits tax-exempt status. With that, I'd like to welcome you, Treasurer Falwell, and thank you.
Thank you, Jim, and thank you for having me. I know I just have a few moments, and I want to thank your association and Julie for making this jump up on the table, because I know it doesn't happen automatically. I always like to start with a story. A person walks into the Taco Bell and orders $100 worth of food. Now, I know I look like I go to the Taco Bell a lot. I really don't. But I understand from others that $100 worth of food at the Taco Bell is a lot of food. And the cashier says, will that be for here or to go? And the person ordering the food says, well, you don't think I'm going to eat all that here, do you? And the cashier appropriately says, I don't know your life. And my reason for telling you that story is that even though I don't know all of you individually and I don't know your lives and your businesses, I do know that not just North Carolinians, but especially the small business group that you're associated with, know that something is wrong with healthcare in North Carolina in terms of the access to healthcare, the quality of healthcare, the price of healthcare, and whether people have their credit scores weaponized if they don't pay their bill for this product that they would rather not have consumed, because that would mean they were healthy. So why is this important to me? Very quickly, the reason is that I inherited a $34 billion unfunded healthcare liability when I was sworn in. And on a per capita basis, according to Pew, put us right behind the state of Illinois. The second reason is that we have beginning teachers and troopers who are having to work 1 week out of every 4. I'll say that again, 1 week out of every 4 to pay the family premium associated with the largest purchaser of healthcare in North Carolina. Lastly, a few years ago, I tried to determine what we were paying over $2 billion a year for healthcare. And Jim and many others have seen this, but I want to show it to those who have not seen it. This is the price list that UNC Healthcare sent back to me as the keeper of the public purse and their largest customer as what the price of healthcare is. Almost every single page was redacted. And my point of showing that to you is this industry does not want you to know what you're paying. The result of that is that 77% of North Carolina small business owners say that hospital consolidation has hurt the availability and the quality of healthcare. I use the word cartel very often because when I was a garbage collector and a motorcycle mechanic, I started taking classes at Winston-Salem State and UNC Greensboro. One of my first professors, when he realized that I stuttered more then than I do now, said, I would suggest that you go to the Webster's Dictionary or the Bible if you struggle just to find the right word. Cartel is defined as in the Webster's Dictionary as an association which is formed to restrict competition or raise prices. This cartel controls the supply of this healthcare through something called certificate of need. And it doesn't matter if you're from the East or from the West and you say it character or character. The first three initials of certificate of need is pronounced con. It is a con on the people of North Carolina where the supply of this product is controlled. And as you know, they control the quality, the access, and the price of healthcare on top of that. 53% of small business owners say that hospital consolidation is eating into their employee pay. There's been state, national, and international research about who ate your paycheck. And a lot of that comes back to the fact of what's happening with healthcare prices. And 94% of those polls say that hospitals are unfairly charging you high prices. I'm really curious about that. How do you know what you're being charged? I'm their largest customer, and this is what they return back to me as their price list. The fact is that this is the only product in your life that you don't know the value and the price of it, even after you've consumed it. So what are we after here? Number one, and I probably won't be invited back after saying this, I want the healthcare cartel to stop giving the middle finger to you and to me and to everyone else, because in this stack of papers are two executive orders. Those two executive orders are signed by President Trump and President Biden. President Trump issued the executive order. President Biden strengthened the executive order to get rid of secret contracts. I want them to offer a level of charity care equal to the billions of dollars of tax benefit they get in this state that you don't get because they don't pay sales tax, income tax, and property tax. You know, those are the three taxes that you all care about in your communities because they fund the things that are most important to you in your life: public education, public safety, public works, and public roads. So we want them to offer a level of charity care equal to the billions of dollars of tax, state and local tax benefit they get. And the only one that does a halfway decent job of that is WakeMed. Thirdly, we want them to stop breaking people's kneecaps and weaponizing their credit scores and putting liens on their houses and stunning their upward mobility if they don't pay their bill. And lastly, we want these multi-millionaire CEOs who run these multi-billion-dollar corporations who disguise themselves as nonprofits. We want them to have the courage to tell people what they make. This is just the latest report that Julie has put together with peer reviews from Johns Hopkins and Rice University that shows how out of whack the executive CEO pay is in relation at some of these nonprofits. This is one graph, and you can go to our website and read this. This is how many CEOs over here on this page. I'm learning it's hard to be Vanna White than it looks like. Over here on this page, that red is the CEOs, and below that is how many nurses and other people that could be hired just for what those CEOs make. So my point as I close is to tell you that everybody knows that something's wrong. And we know that whatever we can do to increase transparency in healthcare, whatever we can do to get them to offer level charity care equal to the tax benefit, to stop weaponizing people's credit scores for not paying their bill, and to disclose to people what they make. We know that whatever we do on this end is their largest customer, that small business is going to benefit from that. And I'll close by telling you, anybody who continues to be in favor of secret pricing, breaking people's kneecaps, and not offering a level of charity care is going to be on the wrong side of history. And I look forward to partnering with your association to make sure that not only do we fix this problem, that we stay on the right side of history. Thank you.
Well, thank you very much, Dale. We deeply appreciate your leadership on this issue and your helping of small businesses. I want to dive a little bit into this survey. Overall, what we have been hearing and what you'll hear later in this call is that the cost of healthcare is the top concern of small businesses. Rising healthcare prices not only strain small businesses' budgets, but they eat into their bottom line. And they also impose undue hardship on the dedicated employees who do work for small businesses and to make them thrive. In an increasing competitive labor market, offering health insurance benefits is essential to attract and retain top talent. If a business owner can't afford to offer it, they risk losing good employees to competitors that do have the ability to provide health insurance. The impact of high prices is significant. Our surveys that we have done over the years have consistently shown that small business owners are forced to raise the prices of their goods and services to offset the rising healthcare costs, and that significant numbers have to delay growth opportunities. And we all know small businesses are the economic engine in our communities throughout the state and throughout the country. And they also have to hold off on hiring new employees. For this survey, we focused on one factor that drives health insurance costs. That's hospital consolidation and pricing. It's a trend that's accelerating across the country and right here in North Carolina. Just want to reinforce a few different percentages of feedback from the survey. 58% of North Carolina businesses said they've seen hospital consolidation happening in their local community. And they have witnessed that it leads to less choice for care, longer wait lines, fewer services, and of course, driving up healthcare costs for their bottom line. Second, as the treasurer mentioned, 77% of North Carolina small businesses have said the consolidation of hospitals in their area have made availability and the quality of healthcare services in their community worse. And lastly, more than half of small business owners say that hospital consolidation has led to lack of competition, and small businesses know about competition and making healthcare services more expensive. It's no wonder that 86% of North Carolina small business owners surveyed said it's important that the federal and state government act and intervene in the consolidation of health systems. Healthcare, small businesses can't afford inaction. Nearly all survey respondents agreed that because of consolidation, hospitals are unfairly charging high prices, leading to higher healthcare costs for them, and it's time for the state and federal government to act. Next, I'd like to introduce Valerie Benton Smith, PhD. Valerie is a regional president of the Greater North Carolina Black Chamber. Valerie?
Again, I am Valerie Benton Smith, an entrepreneur in the automotive industry. I also serve as the regional North Carolina president of the Greater North Carolina Black Chamber of Commerce. Small business owners struggling with the expense of providing healthcare benefits to their employees face a stark choice when costs rise: drop or cut healthcare benefits, making it hard to attract quality candidates, or divert funds to healthcare and away from investing in the growth of their business. The high cost of healthcare continues to stifle the growth of America's small businesses. Small business owners are being priced out of the ability to offer health insurance to their employees, and hospital consolidation is the reason why. The cost of healthcare is holding back their ability to invest in the growth and financial health of their businesses. 45% of small businesses nationally said the rising price of health insurance has led them to delay growth opportunities for their businesses. 41% said they have increased the cost of goods and services. More than a third have said they have become less competitive in hiring compared to other companies that provide health benefits. North Carolina small business owners are eager for solutions to soaring costs so they and their employees can access affordable, quality health care. Small business owners are being priced out of the ability to offer health insurance to their employees. And hospital consolidation is part of the reason why. The cost of health care is holding back their ability to invest in the growth and financial health of their businesses. There are numerous stories to share regarding medical debt and other local and small business that are part of the Greater North Carolina Black Chamber of Commerce. And they have shared numerous stories about hospital consolidation and medical debt, such as considering Canada as an alternative because of free and low-cost health care. Just this morning, a local furniture company closed after 7 decades. These companies, these employees, everyone need help. Thank you. And now back to you, Jim.
Thank you very much, Valerie, and we look forward to working with you and the Greater North Carolina Black Chamber. Now I'd like to introduce Christy Talley. She's the founder and CEO of KD Enterprises in Raleigh and a network member of Small Business for America's Future North Carolina chapter. As a small business owner, she has a very unique perspective on healthcare prices and hospital consolidation. Christy?
Thank you, Jim. Again, I am Christy Talley, native and current resident of Southeast Raleigh here in North Carolina and graduate of North Carolina Central University School of Education. After matriculating from North Carolina Central University, I began my career as a middle school teacher here in the Wake County Public School System. My experience as an educator in the classroom served as a launching pad for my diverse pursuits in education, longstanding community endeavors, and fully acting upon my entrepreneurial spirit in 2009, which has also led me to advocate for small businesses. By 2014, during the tail end of the recession, I formally incorporated my business, KD7 Inc., a community engagement advisory firm dedicated to building bridges between people and the agencies that serve them. Our mission is to ensure that individuals who may not have a voice are heard and represented, which is the impetus for my being a part of this press call today. Small businesses, as Jim said earlier, the engine of our economy, are being priced out of providing essential health care for their employees, which has a direct impact on the ability for owners to remain healthy, fully engaged in their businesses, and to have ample resources to acquire necessary medical services. North Carolina has 995,000 small businesses, making up 99.6% of all businesses in the state and employing a whopping 1.7 million people. A healthy workforce is crucial for a robust economy, but the increasing consolidation of hospitals makes it difficult to achieve. The high cost of healthcare not only affects small businesses, but also the hardworking individuals who make them successful. Many small business owners struggle to offer health insurance to our employees due to skyrocketing healthcare costs. Hospital consolidation and unfair pricing practices significantly contribute to the high cost of healthcare coverage, hindering our ability to invest in the growth and financial health of our businesses. My own journey, my story hasn't been without its challenges, particularly when it comes to medical debt. I still vividly recall my first encounter with medical debt as a new classroom teacher. Following a month-long hospital stay due to a medical emergency, I found myself buried under mounting bills with no resources to pay them off. As I struggled to recover, I missed 3 months of teaching, during which I received no salary. Despite my best efforts, my medical debt grew to a whopping 20,000 plus for me at that time, and the persistent calls from the hospital only added to my distress. It wasn't that I lacked the will or honor to pay, I simply didn't have it to pay. Fast forward to 2022, on the other side of the pandemic, when I faced another medical emergency, and now this time I am a full-time entrepreneur. Once again, I was inundated with phone calls from the hospital demanding payment. The pandemic had hit my business hard, causing a significant loss in revenue, and also causing me to have to exhaust all of my retirement resources that I accrued while employed with the state of North Carolina from the time I was teaching in the classroom until I began my business full-time in 2009. What was so upsetting is that I always applauded myself over the years that I never had to touch my retirement resources that I left in my state government account. Then 2020 happened. On top of that, I was still dealing with previous medical debt that accrued. My insurance company and the hospital were locked in a back and forth, leaving me in a precarious situation. And as I close, small business owners understand the value of competition in fostering innovation and fair pricing. However, the lack of competition in the healthcare sector has had devastating consequences, leading to higher prices and lower quality care. This situation impacts not only businesses, but also the people who rely on these services. It is imperative that lawmakers take action to regulate hospital consolidation. The current state of healthcare is detrimental to the well-being of our communities, the success of small businesses, and the health of our economy. Together, we must work together towards a future where healthcare is accessible, affordable, and of the highest quality for all. Again, my name is Christy Talley. I am the owner of KD7 Inc., and I do thank you for listening.
Great. Thank you, Christy. And thank you to all of our speakers. Now we'll open up the event to questions. Please, if you have a question, raise your hand with the Zoom function. Also, feel free to leave a question in the chat box. Thank you. All right, one more time, if you have a question, go ahead and raise your hand in the Zoom function, and I will call on you, or leave a question in the chat box. All right, well, seeing no questions, I think we will end the event there. If you do have anything that you would like to ask or more information about our speakers or the survey that we discussed today, please feel free to reach out to me, Conan Knoll, or at 831-524-6764, or my email address, which you all should have, and we will get that information for you. Thank you to everyone for speaking, who spoke today, and thanks to all of you for participating in our interview. Thank you.